Hello, Julia Jones, Head of Insight for NZX, coming to you with this week's dairy update. Now, I've got two things to talk to you about this week. One is New Zealand milk production, and the second is export. Now, let's start with New Zealand milk production. So, year on year, New Zealand milk production is up 3% on both a tonnage and milk solids basis. Now, we do adjust this for leap year, so taking a 29-day comparison to a 28-day comparison, and that shows it's up 6.7% when adjusted for leap year, so quite a big difference. Conditions this season have been far more favourable than the last two seasons, making more feed available, which is obviously good for producing milk, and also gives the ability to hold on to some extra stock, so there are more cows, more milk. The NZX is forecasting a full season, at the full season for 2021 season, increase of milk production of 0.1%. Now let's get on to exports. So exports in February were mostly fantastic for dairy. So when we see whole milk powder exports were up 3.5% with a 40% lift in volume to China. Liquid milk and cream were up 41% with an 80% increase of volume into China. Cheese was up 5% with a 34% increase into China and a 2% lift in volume to Japan. Now, however, skim milk powder, butter and AMF volumes exported all fell. Now let's put this in context or a bit of comparison, and let's have a chat or look at the China imports. Now, imports jumped in January and February for dairy into China. Now, liquid milk and cream imports were up 55%, with imports an increase in imports from New Zealand of 23%. Whole milk powder imports were up 9%, and that was a 10% increase in volume from New Zealand. Skim milk powder imports into China were up 36%, and that was a 27% lift in volume from New Zealand. And they also imported more whey and cheese. Now, the only products that they imported less of, or volumes were down for imports into China, were butter, AMF, and infant formula. So that's it from me this week. In the comments box, I'm actually going to put a link to our milk production predictor calculator. I'd love you to have a look at it and let us know what you think. Have a great week, and we will be back with you next week.